I turned this 70 USD account to over 500 USD by selling US oil, then buying with it immediately after I closed the sales. And I will be teaching you guys how to catch these same trades so you can do it as well. If you're watching this on TikTok, click this link. If you're watching this on Facebook, click this link, or just go over to my YouTube channel at prime_fx, because that's where you can finish this video and watch other complete videos. By the way, I did this because these two guys had been requesting for me to cover currency pairs for some time now, so make sure to comment and like on this video for feedback. Let's get this video to over 100 likes. So we start our analysis on the weekly chart, and of course here is the 70 USD we started with. Now on the weekly chart, we see that price hit the weekly bearish order block, and after it hit the weekly bearish order block, it shot down to hit a huge weekly bullish order block, and you can see that price is reacting, and it's now preparing to shoot up to the imbalance. But we can see as well that it hit the weekly inner order block, the bullish one. And now when we zoom in to the daily chart or time frame, I want you guys to pay close attention to how price wiped that low. So price sort of did a grab of liquidity. Now it has to shoot up to that imbalance or our point of interest, which is that huge imbalance it created. So that's our sort of bias on the weekly and the daily. Is that simple. Prices to shoot up to fill those imbalance above and then shoot back down to fill the fair value gap below those lows. Now this is on a huge time frame, so yeah, it's sort of gonna occur over a long period of time. Now when we zoom into the 4-hour chart, what we see is what I want us to pay close attention is to how price grabbed liquidity below that low, and before it grabbed liquidity it made a raid or also another liquidity grab. So price was basically rejecting there. So there's been a lot of rejection there, and it went up to wipe above that high. Now before it went up to make that wipe, what it did is it gave us the first sign, which is the change of character, first sign that is going to shoot up, and it respected that 4-hour order block after it returned back down. And after that it shot up and it made a clear break of structure above that main high, which means price has to now continue shooting up. And of course, after price breaks structure, it has to return back down into the range and then continue the move up. So we can see that price made a liquidity grab below that low, but it did not manage to fill the imbalance. So my guess is price has to shoot back down to completely fill the fair value gap and then shoot up. And after the imbalance or the fair value gap is the 1-hour order block. So that 1-hour order block is our POI or point of interest, where I think price has to hit and then continue the move up. And now we have this plan in our head that price has to shoot down to fill that imbalance and hit the 1-hour order block. We have to focus on how price will reach down there, and how it will be doing that is through this candlestick anatomy here, which is price made an immediate rebalance, and after it made the immediate rebalance, it went up to wipe there. So it wiped that high, which was high of the day, I think so, and it filled that fair value gap. Now the reason I'm saying it filled that fair value gap is on the 30-minute chart, it hit the 30-minute order block, and after it hit the 30-minute order block, it shot down like aggressively, and you can tell right now that price is now reaching for a low from here. So yeah, what I think price has to do is to reach for that internal sell side liquidity while it does our plan, which is fill the imbalance and then shoot up. So it created a huge imbalance as it shot down to the internal sell side liquidity. So my guess is price has to go back up and fill that fair value in gap and then hit the 15-minute order block, and after it hit the 15-minute order block, we know it's going to be headed for that internal sell side liquidity. So that is our sell to buy plan, and yeah, after it shoots down there, it's going to have to hit that 15-minute bullish order block. So that's our plan. We sell at that 30-minute order block or 15-minute order block, and then we reach for the internal sell side liquidity, grab liquidity below there, or hit the 15-minute bullish order block, and then we buy. So right about now, I was placing my sell limits, and yeah, of course you can tell that I was calculating. I think I had calculated that I was risking about 40 USD. I think I ended about 0.10, and with 0.01 it's about 3 USD. So yeah, about 40 USD on a 70 USD account. Not bad. If I lose, I'll start from a 30 USD again, and I'll keep on trying. So that was my risk. Not good risk management, but it's okay because I want to get the account up, and I wasn't even going that aggressive on this account. It wasn't even this aggressive because I could have went all out, but I wanted it to be a reasonable amount that I would have risked. So yeah, this is me placing the orders, and we're just going to wait and see what price does after some time. Now this is the afterwards, and you can tell price almost hit our stop loss, but yeah, it was an accurate trade. The reason I'm saying it almost hit the stop, yeah, you can see it almost hit the stop loss, and with the idea that in currencies the spread is huge, it was really close to hitting the stop loss, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, we're about 60 USD, and then this is after some time it kept on plummeting down, headed for that sell side liquidity like we had planned. And I think right about now we're around 120 something USD. So yeah, you can tell here, and I decided to place my TP right below there, and price was about to hit the TP. Now if you want, don't go out of the video, because as soon as it hit the TP, I placed the buy. So just watch how I was just placing the buys, and the reason behind me placing the buys. Now yeah, of course, price here, it hit the TP, and yeah, I wanted it to reach 200 USD, but it did not. Yeah, you know, you just have to get what you can get from the trade. And right about now, I was thinking how much to risk. Now the way I was thinking right now is I'm going to place and risk about 100 USD on this initial buy, because when price moves up, it just does not swing up in one go. It offers you other chances. So usually it offers you other chances to enter on a smaller time frame. Now because we had thoroughly analyzed the buy, we knew that it's going to be making legs or sort of swings on smaller time frame, like the 5-minute or the 1-minute time frame. So that's what we're going to be doing. So here I decided to place, I think, about 100 USD margin here, and I was risking about 100 USD on this initial entry. So that was my plan. I risk about 100 USD, and then later on, as it shoots up, I find another place to re-enter the buy. So yeah, this is my first entry on the 1 hour order block that we had planned. So after with the re-entry, after we place our buys, and you can tell price just immediately respected our 1 hour order block or our entries, and it was moving up. Now our POI is that 15-minute order block, so I'll get back to that, and I want us to zoom into the smaller time frames for us to know why our POI is that 50-minute order block. So on the 1 minute chart or time frame, we can see price did this raid of liquidity or stops. I traded those lows, and then after that it made our change of character there, and of course change of character shows that price wants to move up. So I waited for this first rebalancing as it filled the fair value gap, and then afterwards it confirmed. So yeah, it missed the 5-minute order block. Technically it didn't hit that 5-minute order block. It went up to break structure above that 5-minute high, and you can tell price is about to close above there, and as soon as it closes, what I'm going to be waiting for price to do is to return back down, and then we'll buy at the 15-minute order block. That's where we will be placing our re-entry, and yeah, our target is above that trend line liquidity above there. So I will buy at the 15-minute order block, and if I can zoom into the smaller chart or time frame, specifically the 1 minute order block, but I was okay with entering at the 15-minute order block because I wanted to be executed inside the trade. So yeah, I decided to place my buy stops at the 15-minute order block. So, and here I think again here I was risking another 100 USD if I'm not mistaken, another 100 USD if price reached for that low where we bought. You see the low where we bought, that's where I placed the buy limit for the stops to be about 100 USD. So my ultimate stop loss was below that low. So if price had reached that low there, I think I would have just closed all the trades at one go, because I was sure that price could not come back down. It had reached for the low of the day, and it had reached for the low of the previous day, I think so, and or the previous week. Currencies have something about reaching lows of the week and the day, and all that element. So if you want to learn more about that, you can just hit me up, and then I can give you a bit of tip. Right about now, of course, the profits was 150. We're around 300 USD profits, which is okay from a 70 USD account, and my target was for price to raid those highs, and after price raises those highs, it goes and fills that imbalance above there. Now that's where my TP was. That's where my TP was, and I wanted to close it live, like live execution. I didn't want to place TP. Now afterwards, you can tell price shot back down, and then it hit the buy limits. From after it hit the buy limits, it went up to raid those trend line liquidity, above those highs. And of course, we were in a huge profits from just a 70 USD account, and it wasn't a clean re-entry like I thought it was going to be, but it was good enough. So but surprisingly, what happened was price switched up on me, and I would like to come clean here. It just sort of did a spin. I don't know if US oil is always like that, but as my target again was that imbalance, and then we close in that imbalance because price might keep on shooting down, or we don't know what it might do. Price just decided to return back down, and then it went and hit my stop loss, and you can tell that's where my stop loss was, and price hit my stop loss, and we were back down to 170 something. But like usual, I managed to recover the loss. So if you guys want me to make a video covering how I recovered this loss, comment down part 2.